first and foremost, I want to say that I'm not affiliated with anybody involved in this, whether it's Scarce, Keemstar, Faze, Jake Paul, Erica, or the assistant, or any of the Team 10 members. I just want to start off this video by saying thank you. Thank you to Keemstar, to Scarce, to everyone in the community who helped resolve this issue, and especially the Jake Paulers and Team 10 fans, to the honest ones. It's human tendency to believe whatever someone you look up to says. You love them, you assume that every single thing that they say is 100% honest and genuine, especially when it's about a sensitive issue like abuse. Now personally, I'm not trying to get involved in this whole drama situation. Now somebody's probably watching this being like, oh my god, Aldo, why are you getting involved? Why are you being so nosy? Blah 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 blah. Stay out of this. The reality of the situation is, if you have that motto in life, if you just sit there and watch somebody be bullied, you're just as guilty as the bully. The way Erica, the assistant, and Jake Paul tried to bully Faze Banks is completely wrong. Thinking about this for a second, what if there was no Keemstar, no Scarce, no honest fans, and the bullies actually got their way? They took down Faze Banks' career based off of a malicious attack that really has no merit. That is an abuse of power. So why do I care? The reason this is important to me is because this is what has been happening in mainstream news for a really long time, and it's almost as if hatred is mainstream, and it's starting to get to the point where mainstream news culture with all the fake news and spreading hate is starting to trickle onto YouTube. But thanks to everybody who was involved, it hasn't. Now, I've been on YouTube for a pretty long time, and I noticed there is a weird culture of hatred, of people attacking other people in the comment section, of people literally thriving off of other people's pain. And honestly, I don't get it. How can you let your ego justify hurting somebody else for your own gain? Even when you comment things like cringe, or when you feel yourself getting excited or thriving at the fall of somebody else or the pain of somebody, you're really only hurting yourself. Now that sounds weird, right? But think about it. You are literally intertwining your soul with negative energy, the energy of hate, which then causes you to hate more, and then you begin to thrive off of hate. And the more hate you start sending out into the universe, the more you feel validated. And then you start to attract situations into your life and then begin to react to them in negative ways using the negative energy that you built up. And then you turn normal opportunities into negative events. Circumstance does not make the man. It reveals him to himself. Now, I'm not sitting here to try to get you guys to hate on Jake Paul, Erica, or the assistant. What they did was 100% wrong, and it should never be forgiven. Nor should it ever be forgotten so that it's never repeated. But we shouldn't be thriving on actually hating them. It doesn't do anyone good, and it doesn't do you any good either. Now, the funny thing is, I used to think that Keemstar and Scarce would literally thrive on hating other people. Like, they would literally just make exposed videos after exposed video after, oh my god, this happened to this guy, and they would laugh at it, and they would personally enjoy it. I thought they would get like a kick out of turning people's lives into shit. I didn't really get where they were coming from, so I couldn't relate to anything they posted. But this is the first time that I actually see how important them getting involved was. No one should ever fake an abuse situation. People used to fake pranks on YouTube. Some of them were harmless, but some social experiments used to stir up hate. And shout out to H3H3 who exposed a lot of the fake social experiments who used to actually stir up hate. Any act that stirs up hatred should not be forgiven, especially if it's fake. Especially if you think you have a point. In most situations, we can be 100% sure of something, but still actually be wrong. Now, I'm not trying to defend Jake Paul or anything like that. It's hard to prove somebody's intention unless revealed by messages or something. Even Jake may have honestly believed the assistant and thought that this assistant was being honest, but the problem, and the major problem, is the fact that knowing that he could be wrong, and knowing that if he is wrong, he could ruin or at least damage somebody's career and somebody's well-being and his livelihood, and he still decided to post that video, that is wrong. That he would jeopardize an entire person's life on the basis of an assumption. Instead of personally speaking to Faze Banks or talking to him one-on-one or whatever, he posted a video. Now again, we all make mistakes. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. It's okay. But when you have that many eyes watching you, looking at you, you need to rise up to meet that level that you're on. You need to do self-development, and you need to grow to the person who can sustain having that many people looking at them. You can't just make irresponsible moves that can destroy somebody and cause harm. Again, I'm not affiliated with anybody who's involved in this drama. I really just want to make this video to say thank you to every single person, and I've been thinking a lot about this, so I just want to get my voice out there. I want to thank everybody in the community for being real. If you haven't seen the updates yet on what's been going on with the drama, Faze Banks actually had a third party look at all the security security footage to check whether he clotheslined the assistant or made out with anybody, and he was completely cleared, which means that all the allegations that he had against him were completely false, and yet they were still posted on the internet for the whole world to see. Now guys, I'm not saying that you should just jump into any situation, butt in, and try to be a white knight and try to save every situation. Guys, most situations that happen are really not that big of a deal, so you don't need to be causing drama and trying to stand up for every single situation. That's not needed. But when a situation is this serious, it is needed. And not only that, but an employee who actually used to work at Team 10 named Max actually came forward, and he told his side of the story, and he told everybody that he didn't see anything happen that they're claiming. He didn't see Faze assault anybody, and he didn't see him kiss anybody. Now, I'm not the news guy. I don't cover news. That's Keemstar and Scarce. I'm gonna leave their videos in the description below so you guys can actually watch that. You can refer to it. Big shouts out to them. I'm just making this video to literally say thank you. That's it.